Album review.
One.
Do
Album
this.
review.
Back to normality.
1.
2.
Great. 3.
Thanks.
Perfect.
Great. That's the ratings.
Right.
Oh, it's over.
Oh, that's how we're starting now. We start straight
That
off
was
with the
it.
ratings. 1, 2, 3. It gets a 6. No,
Still better than fucking other shit. Okay.
Joe,
Anyway,
hit me.
so Flood of Red. Flood of Red. Like I said, when I chose this album, it kind of just like I kind of wanted to do one that like I haven't heard of, no one else has heard of. And they only have what, like 2,000
Can you
monthly listeners
Can
on
you stop
Spotify?
moving, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
So,
He just knows.
so, you know, I didn't really know what to expect going into this. Went into it, I was like, for the first couple of songs, I was like, I'm pretty sure on the picture, like it was like a full male band. And I was like, this sounds like a woman. And then it turns out it is the guy. He just sounds like a woman, a bit like Sleep with a Siren. And the more and more I listened to it, I realised that it was just basically Paramore, but a little bit worse.
They don't even have a Wikipedia page.
Right, I'm going to say, Will, that is my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. So, if you disagree, that's fine.
Joe's a strong,
2004.
independent woman.
But I'm going to put my foot down there.
That's pretty.
Flood of Red, basically Paramore.
There's a
Carry on.
great
A little bit
gravestone
worse.
quote for Joe. I mean,
Anyway,
Paramore are
basically
reggae.
Destroy his review.
I mean, this was a reggae album.
Actually, this is rock. According to Apple
So,
Music's great genre.
My least favourite was... to be fair, I didn't think there was a bad song on this album. I just thought... I just didn't think any of it's... I just don't think any of it's... What?
I could just sense Will was about to say something, so I told him to shut up before he said anything.
I didn't.
I see. That
I know,
makes
but
sense.
I also thought that Will was going to say something. So I too nearly
What
said
the
fuck, Will.
Yes, sorry, Joe. Your worst song.
That's okay.
Not a bad song,
my
in your opinion.
Sorry, Joe, not sorry, Will.
No, because we're right about you.
No, fuck off, Will.
Fair enough.
Right, so my least favourite was A Place Before the End, although I don't think it was a particularly bad song. It was just the least memorable. To be fair, like I said, I don't think any of the songs were particularly bad on this album. Just none of them. They were all good, but like there wasn't one that was like, oh my god, yes, that one type of thing. Like there is definitely, like, for me, a clear first, but even then, it's not like that's like the best song ever.
Yeah.
Feeling. Does that make
So
sense?
they're kind of
thing?
mostly on quite a narrow par, like quite similar.
Yeah.
Close.
And then there's just that one song that's just, for me, a little bit better. So, least favourite, Place Before the End. Again, just wasn't that rememberable. I could have swapped that out for any other song because, like I said, they're quite on par. My third favourite was Little Lovers. I fucking love the chorus in that song. It's really catchy.
My notes. I'm trying to remember what I wrote on this album.
I love
My
Cat P.
second favourite was Edge of the World because I like the build and I like how it kind of starts kind of very, acousticy and then gets bigger and bigger.
It's so good they had it on twice.
Nice. They did. I don't know if I...
Because that
properly
confused
listened
me.
to, like, the other version of it.
Because I kept thinking it was the album repeating, but no, it has the same start and finish. Well, it's slightly different, but
Yes. And then my first favourite for me, which was quite clear, was Home Run. 19...
What?
Home Run. Yeah, it says Home Run 1997.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For me, that was clear favourite for me. I just really, really fucking enjoyed it. And I'm actually like, I was at first, I was like, this album definitely grew on me. I think if I give it more time, it would probably like have grown on me more. But I don't know. Like, I was like, I'm pretty pleased because it's not a metal album. I don't think it's gonna score incredibly high, but for one of my picks, I think it's all right. There you go. That's my album review.
Thank you, Joe.
That's
Cheers, Joe.
okay. No worries.
I myself. So Joe, obviously, going out on the whim of picking someone nobody's heard of, which is respectful, I think. they don't even have a wiki page, so I couldn't do my normal Wikipedia while listening to the band approach. When I first heard this album, I was like, oh, maybe this shows promise, doesn't seem too bad. But it actually just got worse every time I listened to it. Like, I couldn't tell the difference between the songs.
Oh, no.
I didn't like the lead singer, really, at all. And, like, when I was reviewing them, I'm like, I don't know if that's worse or better than the last one. So I almost ended up just picking 3 random songs, or ones that actually stuck out as in not necessarily being better, but just like, well, I can kind of remember that one a bit more. But the worst one, just because it had the most like vocally horribleness. And it's kind of funny that you say that it was actually a male, because I couldn't tell. And I'd say without a wiki page, I couldn't really be asked to find out. A worst song to me was Electricity. I hated that song. It was almost, though, I was debating whether to class it as a song because it was less than 2 minutes long. But it doesn't say, like, considering the other, like, prelude was actually longer than this song, and they had, like, actually tagged that out as a different separate thing, so I was classing this as a song. But I didn't like that one at all. Favourites, top 3, as I say, it was difficult to really pick these out because they were so similarly to what you said, though. They were quite all close, but in not as good a sense because I didn't really like any of them. Third favourite was Home Run. Second favourite was The Harmony. And favourite was A Place Before the End, because that was the only one that actually stuck out as, oh, it's that song again. Whereas all the others I wouldn't have been able to tell the difference. Thank you for listening.
Oh, is that it? You're not going to say anything about, like, that's it? You just, yeah?
I mean, I'll be honest, Aidan. I wrote this review 4-5 days ago and can't really remember. I just remember
that's fair.
All the songs sound very similar, not liking the lead vocalist or how any of the songs really sounded. Like, none of them I felt like I could rock out to, considering it's a rock album. And, like, I was quite surprised by, I know Will made that reference previously about them only having, like, 2,000 active followers, but, like, none of these music videos, well, there weren't any music videos for starters, so they couldn't get any bonus points for the music videos. Or at least not on YouTube.
Which they shouldn't do anyway.
They all had less than 1,000 views. Like, so how does anyone even know of this artist?
I would like to retract my statement of saying that there was being clever about there was only a few views, because there are some bands that are great and have not got many views. I was just more pointing out the fact that they're not going to be very well listened to, and I don't know.
I wouldn't say the low views are a bad thing. I'm not like knocking them down for, oh, they've only got a few views. I was surprised by it. Like, I was surprised when I couldn't find a wiki page, and then I was... Yeah,
I'm surprised Joe has even found them.
I know.
But...
It's like, Joe, it's like finding your own band, but a bit better.
But, like, yeah, I just did not... I did not like their voice or the tone of the songs at all, and I thought Joe has played more metal bands that had better songs.
Oh my god.
Because even though we've ripped into a lot of your metal bands, they often, like, well, I say often, a few of them did have, like, really good songs that I do like to listen back to. Whereas this, I would skip all of these every time.
Yeah. Okay.
So there you go. Aidan.
Wow. What an album. Thanks, Denver.
You're welcome.
Oh, fuck, you throw me right off, because I thought it was me straight after Joe, and I was going to follow on by ripping into him from something that he said, but now it's just not relevant.
Yeah, you got the order wrong.
No, not the Paramore thing. I don't give a fuck about that. Well, yeah, he is.
I'm not.
I mean, it's...
You can't say that's an opinion thing, because it is... Oh, nowhere near.
What do you mean? That is an opinion. He's allowed it. Because it's his opinion.
Unfortunately, well, I am allowed it.
Unfortunately. Oh, God. Why can't we dictate shit? This is why dictators exist.
This is why Russia exists. Oh, that's communism, isn't it? Although, is it a dictator? I don't know. I ain't a politician. Aidan.
Alright, go, Aidan.
Sorry, Aidan.
I've been completely thrown off. There was something really good
Do
I
you
wanted
love
to
this
say.
album and me?
I don't hate the album, all right? I'm just going to throw it straight out there. I don't hate it. I don't think... Oh, fucking hell, what's... shit the bed. The worst song, in my opinion, was The Edge of the World. Because although it didn't build to anything. Like, there wasn't out there. I felt like that for a lot of the songs. A lot of the songs were exactly the same. They followed on from each other. After the third listen to the album, I had no idea what the fuck was going on. Like, by the end of it, and then it skipped on, because obviously we listened on Spotify, it skipped on to their next whatever album thing. Still had no idea that any new songs were playing.
Yeah, it does have
So
that. Like, every song sounded so similar. Like, they'd obviously
and
got
sometimes that's not a bad
obviously
thing.
got a formula, and they were sticking with it.
And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. They certainly, I wouldn't necessarily say they deserve more listeners, but like I thought they were all right. I thought they were pretty good. They were fine. If they had a concert, I wouldn't go to it, but I'd acknowledge that it was there.
But I guess if they were like a cover, the what you call it, like the pre-act.
What? Oh, right. Yeah,
like,
I mean,
okay,
sure. I don't really go to concerts anymore anyway. I'm 6'3", and people poke me in the back whenever I'm stood in front
That's
of them.
just me.
Why are you poking me in the back?
That's just
similar to
my
the
boner.
old, similar to the old guy at my work who still doesn't somehow know my name, comes up to me and pokes me, and asks for my phone.
I had some fellas at work with some contracts at the weekend, and one guy kept calling me Denzel.
Listen here, Darnell.
Oh, Denzel Washington.
Thanks, Joe.
Come here.
Names one person named Denzel. My work here is
Hey, DANVAR.
oh. Listen here, Darnell. You better fix
It's
this.
usually that or Devon.
Different name every time.
Devon is a
Devon.
is a common
I can
one.
understand Devon.
But
Devon,
people
sorry.
think my name is Devon.
It's because they're both places.
Devon sounds like a naughty child's name.
Devon.
Do you know what I mean? Devon.
That's
What?
very
What do you want?
politically
I don't even
incorrect.
like
Do
you,
you
Lord.
remember Mr. Hamblin? He
Yeah.
used to call me Cornwall
Oh, God, that's funny.
because it's near Devon.
What?
That's actually quite funny.
Oh, for God's sake. Mr. Hamlin was a legend, though.
It was.
Was being
Rest
the
in
key
peace.
word.
Do not fuck. Go
Hey,
on.
I was saying that respectfully.
No, I was on about Aidan.
Hello.
Sorry,
Go on.
Aidan, continue. Album review.
Yeah, The Edge of the World. Like I've technically reviewed this album 3 times now, because the first time I forgot to save it, and the second time Civ crashed it out harder than like fucking just it was AIDS. It didn't work. So I've come back, and in doing so, there are slight formulaic problems to this in that I don't remember anything that I originally wrote about the album. So like we're going off like third listens the charm. So my third favourite, although it's written as second on here, my third favourite is Losing Balance in Fells Point. I tended to like the really weird songs. I don't think you guys have picked any of these, to be honest, other than yeah. Who are these? Where are these guys from? Do we know?
No wiki, so we have no idea.
They look like they're from Grimsby.
They do.
Oh, they imagine.
They just look like a BBC introducing, but not even big enough to
They're
be
American,
BBC
aren't they?
introducing.
Are they
They do
American?
have music
No, because
videos.
he sounds like he's like Scottish or something, doesn't he? He's got a very thick
Yeah,
accent.
it's very. Oh, it is Glasgow. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. It's Glasgow. Yeah. So,
Yeah, because it sounded.
God, look at me being
Oh, yeah, I
smart.
forgot about that. Yeah, very strong Scottish.
They do have.
accent.
They have a Last Fen wiki.
It's like bad Biffy Clyro. And I don't even really like Biffy Clyro.
I love Biffy Clyro.
I also love Africa.
I don't know why it came out like that.
The Heartless and the Loving was my second favourite.
Do they have any more albums after this one?
The Heartless and the Loving was my second favourite. And Throw is their next album.
What are you laughing at, Will?
Will just went, I love
Biffy
Africa.
Clyro, but instead it just came out as I love Biffy Clyro. Anyway.
You're just thinking about the charities, Will. You're helping out.
No.
They need it.
Do.
Unlike me, I deliberately put a
Album
bottled water
review.
down
I've got
the
to go
toilet.
soon.
You gotta go soon. Where was this
Sorry,
on the
Joe, I
memo?
didn't realise that fucking album review
I
revolves
put
around
it in the
your
chat.
life.
Yeah, you also
Well,
turned
this
up
is what
late
happens
to the
when
show.
you're
This
late.
shit.
What?
You were
Yeah,
late.
you said you could do it at like 7ish. It's not even 7 yet.
I know. I'm timing it wrong. Because it's complicated things, but I've got to go at like 20 past.
It's not complicated, Joe. You're staying here. In fact,
Album review.
my first favorite was.
Oh my god, it is painful. Please do it.
Hang on.
Oh, for God's
Let me check. It's the harmony. The harmony was my
You
favorite.
suck.
That was horrible.
No.
God.
How did you manage to make a fucking one-syllable word fucking long?
All in all, I went back and listened to The Cab a few times while we were doing this album, so that's all I'm saying. Didn't hate it. Probably wouldn't choose to listen to it ever again. Very forgettable. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Aidan.
Shut up.
Well,
I thought this album was shocking. I didn't enjoy listening to it. Sorry,
Oh my
but I
God.
could not stand it.
Right, no. That's that. No, right.
here
I'm
we
just
go.
calling the line.
That's
here.
his opinion, Joe. That's his
This
opinion.
is
Shut up.
I'm calling the line right there. This is definitely something
need
on
to-
me because I've finally picked an album that's not metal and it's not even bad.
That
It's
was
just
what I was
generically
gonna say.
good,
That's
and
what I
you're
was
still
gonna-
shipping on it.
Because obviously Joe is also pretending to like this, like he's pretending to like
Metal.
Death
Stranding.
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 I'm
He's
not
just
pretending
doing
to
it to
like
be
that.
different. God, what a hipster.
Right, Joe, can I
Sorry.
say this? Because, I'm genuinely just did not enjoy this at all. I thought
Right. Well, I don't.
it was almost like a chore to listen to it because I just
Right.
I was like, oh god, I've got to listen to that again.
but would you say if Aidan picked it, it would have been better?
Of course, yeah.
No.
Of course,
Yes, probably wouldn't.
And like genuinely though, like it's just I couldn't stand it. Even now, looking at all the songs, I couldn't tell you how any of the songs go because they
'Cause
just
you
to
didn't
me
listen to it.
sound all exactly the same. No, like I couldn't. Like even my top one, it was because I went through it one last time, and like when I was reviewing it, and was like, oh, that's the one. If any of them, that is the best. But like, even then, now looking at it, there's no way I can remember how that song even goes. Like, I just thought all of them sounded the same. Mainly, I think what made me
I think you
dislike
mistake
it.
all of them sounding
Oh my
equally
god!
good as sounding the same.
Shut up,
Yes,
Joe.
but
What did you say?
all Panic at the Disco songs sound the same, but they're good.
Well, they don't sound the same, and that's what makes them great.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think I thought all of these sounded the same.
yeah.
And I hated his voice. It was just like
Yeah.
airy, and I didn't like it. It didn't go because the thing is, I actually thought like some of the instrumental parts weren't bad necessarily, but it was like his voice I just couldn't vibe with, and I thought every song had like really nothing to it, and it was just.
Right.
And I'm not shitting on the fact that they are a small band, but I feel like the production was also quite bad on this album because they are not a very big band, but like I felt like his voice wasn't even loud enough to like stand out. Like it was like you could hear the instruments more than his voice, kind of thing.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
But it just wasn't. It didn't. It seemed unfinished, but I also think that his voice wasn't strong enough to even do it anyway. Like it didn't have a powerful voice. It just kind of was one pitch, and that's how it
Fuck me,
stayed.
Will. You're really throwing shade at this guy.
Because I honestly just resented listening to it. I didn't. Who's
Look.
left?
Oh, he's back.
His life.
I'm really quiet for some reason.
I just resented it. Like I didn't want to listen to it.
Right.
after listening to it a couple
All
times,
right,
I was like,
now,
I don't even want to
now,
listen to this.
Sorry, Joe. Did you want to get above the water or?
What's happened to your mic?
Fucking
Sorry.
Jesus.
Has it gone weird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello?
At the end of the day, Will, I hope this guy
Oh my god!
personally
No,
attacks you
it's
for
got a
your
huge
decisions.
echo now.
No, don't get me wrong. Like,
No, I hope he finds you and he stabs you in the neck.
I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I didn't enjoy it, and much like Denver said, I didn't.
Yeah.
Some of the metal stuff Joe's picked, I even preferred to this, because I just thought at least they had at least one good song or kind of good song on them with like a decent chorus. This just felt like nothing the whole way through. It was just nothing stood out. Nothing. It just.
I have a theory.
I got nothing from it.
Joe has a theory.
I have a theory. I
There we
think
go.
I've subdued you guys to that many metal albums that when I finally gave up and thought you wouldn't like the metal album, you now finally love it.
It's like withdrawal. It's like Stockholm syndrome.
And now my next pick, when it's a metal album, you guys are gonna love it.
I don't think we are, but
That's great logic, Joe.
Thank you.
Oh,
no, I just to be honest,
This is a phone.
sorry, the phone's going.
yeah, it's in my house.
You
Hang
gonna
on,
go
let's just
grab
wait
that?
for that to go.
I can't even hear anything.
No one going to answer the phone?
I mean, it's not my phone.
I know it's mine, but
Yeah,
Okay.
hang on.
It's as if you're asking us to go answer.
Yeah.
No
our
one
house
pick it up.
phone. I was waiting for them to pick it up.
Do you reckon Pride
No.
Rock from The Lion King is actually just one massive toilet and they just sit on the end of it?
Thanks, Aidan.
So anyway,
Right, great.
worst for me was Electricity, because
Okay.
it, again, to be honest, much like Denver has said though, like any of these songs really could have been in the top three because to me they all sounded the same, and any of them could have been the worst because they were all a bit shit. But that one,
Especially shit.
especially because his voice was more noticeable than that song than any, because it was like the instruments weren't as loud. Saying that, top three, the harmony was third for me. Can't really remember why. Just remember that's the
We obviously
trouble
all
with this.
put it in there, so it must have been okay.
This
I
is
think-
what happens, Joe. We can't keep going like this. We're not making an album review around your life.
I can't help it if I'm busy.
Fuck you.
Second, I Am the Speechless. Again, there must have been something in it that made me like it more than the others. But the top one, I thought had potential. Still didn't make any real grasp on it, but I thought if any of the songs actually sounded different, then it was The Heartless and Loving. I thought it was all right, but still, probably, I don't know. I just would not like listen to this album ever again. Plus, I wouldn't even put them in like the best like my playlist I've made
Oh,
outside of the top three, because I would not want to listen to this because it's just there's nothing about it.
God,
in
you're
my
fucking
opinion.
Wounded. Left arm, right arm.
I appreciate their
Yeah.
effort, and I think they can improve. But because I think the instruments are like the instrumental part again are actually all right. But I just feel like maybe the production and the singer himself just didn't do it for me. If someone else was singing over these songs, I feel like it could have been
Yes. I agree with that.
better. There you go.
Because I thought the same thing when I was listening back to them. I was like, I don't think the songs are that bad, but I can't stand the vocalist.
Yeah, exactly. And it just ruined the whole thing for me. It's like very airy but didn't really
Strong, like
Change.
Scottish accent as well.
Yeah, it's just dirty
Yeah.
Scottish
I
crap.
didn't get the Scottish accent.
Maybe you're just deaf.
I mean, judging by what Joe's rating is going to be, I imagine that that's the case. So, Joe, can you hit us with it? Can you hit us with that
Hang on.
hot rating?
No, don't hit me with the rating. I've lost.
No, hit
I've
him
lost
with
the,
the rating.
the spreadsheet. Hang on.
Punch him in the face with a rating.
I'm ready.
You ready? Are you ready for the
Ready
rating?
for the rating.
Go on.
6.5.
6.5. 2.5.
4.5.
2.
Oh my god. There's no way it was that bad.
Well, it was like
I
Paramore.
didn't enjoy it though,
Denver
Joe,
levels.
at all.
15.5.
In fact, I'm actually putting it up, if anything,
Oh,
because like I just.
I didn't have a
At
bad
least-
time with it. It was all right.
You see, it scored better than Wage War, but I preferred the Wage War album.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You are forgetting what.
Yes,
the
Wage
but
War
it
had
had
decent
two good
choruses.
songs, Wage War,
Yeah, but this had
which
all,
I still
all right
listen back
stuff.
to. I still like my two favourite songs from that album.
There's no way it was a 2.
0.5.
Hang on, you
rated
rated
Paramore
Paramore.
a
Yeah,
two.
so you could.
Fuck you.
He
Yeah,
did
but
say
that
it was
was-
like
that was-
Paramore.
You can shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but that was a mistake.
You gave it a solid 2.
And that's a burden. That's a burden that you have to bear, Joe.
I know.
Whereas
Right,
Will just
anyway.
isn't there. So hey, you're just off. I mean, you haven't even heard the fucking new album
You
yet.
gotta hear the next album, Joe.
I mean, not like Joe's gonna fucking listen to it anyway.
It's gonna rebel.
He's
No,
gonna...
I said, what's the next album, boys?
Oh, right. Sorry, you cut out. You were just like, well. I was like, that's just it. He's gone.
Oh,
God.
right, what's the next album, guys?
Okay, so my choice depends on whether I'm gonna get another pick in this year.
Oh,
Uh,
probably not.
No, probably.
I don't know. Why?
Why is it Christmas album?
It's not.
No,
We're not
Well,
allowed
like-
Christmas albums. I'm just throwing that out there now. No
I know
Christmas
we're not
albums.
allowed Christmas albums because it'd ruin the playlist I've done. as
Except
well.
maybe Robbie.
Or Buble.
Oh, Bubble.
Oh, Buble.
A little bit of bubbly.
A little bit of the bubbly.
Okay, so if I'm gonna get another pick,
Maybe it depends if it takes us a week to do an album again.
are we taking a break over Christmas as well?
No,
I don't care, Will.
'Cause I thought we were.
I don't think we need to.
Why would we
Yeah.
take a break?
Just because we're all going to be busy. No, I mean, as in like we're going to be busy.
No, we're not.
Probably.
Right. I mean,
Not
we're all-
busy
We're
enough.
not going to do it on Christmas Day.
Why
yeah,
not?
exactly.
Why not?
I mean, it's already taken
So,
us
like,
a week to
right,
do this
I'm just
album, so.
So, what other days are you going to be like busy other than Christmas Day?
My birthday, you twat.
Yeah, obviously, but like, you're gonna be like, you're not going to be like
Realistically,
every
though,
day
guys,
of
what
Christmas. You're not
day
going to be
do we
doing
care
something.
about?
I was just thinking in case other people are busy. All right, I don't need to get roasted for
Thank
it.
you for being considerate, Will.
Jesus.
Fat
I was trying to be
That's okay.
considerate.
But
Will.
no
Thank you.
excuses for not listening to
Yeah,
albums.
sorry, Will.
So it's between two. So
Between
Okay.
two. Is that the artist name or the album?
okay, I'm gonna go with newer band
No
or
one appreciated my
older band.
Older band.
Newer band.
Newer band.
Oh.
Oh, hang on. Old band. But is it old
Oh.
band, new album?
Older band. No, not new album. Older band. Not too old though. Just like
Old
2005 old.
Whichever one you think
Or-
I'll
So it's
prefer
Nickelback.
is what I'm going to say.
Oh.
Caught you out.
I'm really glad that we care about Denver's opinion here.
Actually, no. I'm gonna do this album first
How about you just fucking pick it?
because I'm gonna get another pick before Christmas.
Why does
so.
Christmas matter?
Yeah,
You going to like kill yourself?
Because
for
I want
Christmas and no
one
longer?
that I don't want to risk. I'd rather have a risky one now than have. Because the one I'm going to pick over Christmas, I think people definitely enjoy. Whereas this one, you might not enjoy it as
Oh,
much.
okay.
Okay.
I'd rather you have something that you enjoy. So, for this one,
Okay, fucking hell, we'll just say it.
after much time, Joe, will you shut up?
He's trying to build suspense.
Is it
After much time, of wanting to pick this album,
All right,
Drake?
go on,
I'm just gonna
Finally
go
Drake,
for it.
isn't it?
It's not Drake. Don't you fucking say that.
It's finally
That's beyond the,
come.
that's
17
beyond the
picks in.
joke. Don't you fucking dare, Will.
it's Green Day,
Oh.
American Idiot, the greatest band
Uh,
of all time. There we go.
Everybody's loving that.
I
I do like that song, to be fair, but I don't really know any other Green Day songs, actually.
This
Oh,
is
Boulevard
a
of Broken
fucking
Dreams.
legendary album.
Which album, Will?
American Idiot.
American Idiot.
Was this
However-
the Chrissy choice? Yeah.
Yes. because the other one, this one, I kind of like. Aidan has already pointed out to me. He's not particularly keen on Green Day many times, but I don't think he's listened to them properly at the same time. So
I don't. I mean, I have. That's a problem. I just don't like him. I don't like Billy Joel. I think he sounds so whiny.
Billy Joel. Billy Joe.
No, Billy Joel.
Billy Joel. I'm pretty sure he's his own artist, Billy Joel.
Well, I'd rather listen to him. Can I do that one?
No.
Oh.
Is this the one with... Oh,
So-
it's Boulevard of Broken Dreams on it as well.
Right, I'm gonna have to
Oh,
go,
shit, I
boys.
actually know quite a few of these. I didn't realise.
Just let you guys know that I have like 5 days off over Christmas.
Weird
Awesome.
flex, but okay.
No, I'm just, in case you guys want to come see
I've
me.
got a few off Aidan. I'll come see.
I'm
you.
working all
I'm
of
supposed
the
to
days
finish
but
on
Christmas Day.
13th. I'm supposed to finish on the 13th till the 6th of January.
I finish on Christmas Eve, and then like I've got Christmas Day, and then 4 more days.
So you basically got that week.
Damn.
Right, I gotta go.
All right, Joe.
I'll see you later.
See you, Joe.
Kind
Right,
of.
Joe.
Sounds like Joe don't want to come see me on my birthday.
Sad times.